So, Bismillah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today, inshallah, we are talking about linearity and symmetry. So, if you remember, what is the meaning of linear function? What is the meaning of linear function, or what you know about the linear function? Linear function.
It's a straight line when you graph it.
Equation when you graph it, it's represented by straight line. Okay. So, is there any other information about linear function?
When you make a vertical line, it should intersect at one point.
No, that's the function. This function, by the way. So, what is the meaning of a function? Linear function. Linear function or linear equation. Type about the linear function or linear equation. Equation between relation between x and y. Relation between two variables. That's the meaning of a function. But the main point for the linear function is the equation of the first degree. What is the meaning of the first degree? Equation of the first degree.
The coefficient of x is 1.
Oh,
sorry, the
power.
The power.
X raised to the power 1. Yes.
Yes, the power.
So the linear equation of the first degree, which is represented graphically by straight line equation, where the power for x is power 1. So for the first one, can we say that, for example, for the linear equation, we can write the linear equation as f(x) equals -2 over 3x minus 1. If you look at the power here for x, it will be there is no power, it's mean raised to the power 1. You can write it as -2 over 3x or 3x or 4x, any example for this one, or 1 over 2x. Or we can write in a standard form of the equation, which is 4x minus 5y equals 16. The example for non-linear, if you look at this one, f of x equals 1 over x. What is the power here for x?
-1.
Yes, because x written at the denominator, so the simplest form for this one, or you can write it as x to the power -1. So we can say that this relation is reciprocal function, not linear. X raised to the power 1, but at denominator it means x raised to the power -1.
Yes.
Okay. So why the second one is not linear? X here raised to the power 1.
Raised to the power 2.
Because y is raised to the power 2, so it will be of the second degree.
Second degree, yes.
Why the third one is not linear? Why the third one is not linear? If you look at the first one here, what is the degree of the first term?
First degree.
1. What is the degree of the second term?
1.
No. What the degree of the term is the sum of the exponent on the variable. The sum of the exponent of the variable. So for the first one, I have here x raised to the power 1 and y raised to the power 1. So the exponent here will be the sum of the variable will be 2. You understand it? So this term of the second degree, it means this expression or this equation of the second degree.
Okay. Mr. Are all these functions?
Sorry?
These are all functions, right? But not linear.
This function.
Okay.
But this one is not function. This one is not function. Okay?
Why isn't it a function?
Because y raised to the power 2, if you represent it, you will find that the graph will be a problem like that.
Oh.
And if you draw, you can draw vertical line intersect the graph at 2 vertical points, so the graph now is not function. It's relation, but not function.
Okay.
So the first question that we have, we need to state whether each function is a linear or not linear. We need just to write yes or no. For number 1, this relation is linear or not linear?
Yes. Yes.
Why
yes? Yes.
Why? Because x raised to the power 1 and y raised to the power 1. Number 2, linear or not linear?
Not linear, because x has -1.
Because x at denominator or x had a negative power. Number 3.
No.
Not linear.
Yes. So because x written at denominator. Number 4.
Linear.
Yeah.
Yes. Any problem for this one?
No, sir.
Okay. So we need to
No,
say
sir.
whether the graph has a line of symmetry. The line of symmetry must be vertical line. Okay. Then we need to identify the line. We need to check for number 6. The equation has a line of symmetry. You know what is the meaning of a line of symmetry?
Yes,
Line
Mister.
of
When it
symmetry.
divides,
Puts into two equal parts.
into half and equal parts.
Divided into equal halves. So suppose that we have a parallelogram like that. How
Yes.
many line of symmetry for the parallelogram?
2.
How
One.
the 2?
Oh wait, one.
1 or 2? Huh. That's parallelogram. I will draw it just 1 minute to be clear for this one. I will draw now the parallelogram. That's one. That's a parallelogram. Just 1 minute to erase. To be clear. This figure is a parallelogram. That's right?
Yes.
Okay. So we have A, B, C, D. How many axes of symmetry for this parallelogram?
0.
Why?
There aren't any.
Because they don't have because they can't be divided into halves, and they don't have the same size. Like they don't have the same shape on both the sides. If you
So
symmetrize
if I divide it by this way, it would be line of symmetry or not? I need the answer even.
No,
if the
sir.
answer is wrong.
No.
No, right.
No, it has to be a vertical line.
Leave the vertical
Okay.
line now. Leave the vertical
No, 'cause
line
it-
for this one.
'cause-
Leave the vertical
'cause it
line for
can't
No,
be
number
no,
flipped.
5.
because AB is not
Because the other half can't be flipped onto the.
One by one, please. Leave the vertical line for number 5. I'm asking you now about another question, which is for this parallelogram. Can we draw a axis of symmetry or not?
No,
this
Mister.
one.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Because you
Yes,
can't
just
you
1 minute.
can't map it onto the other.
Just 1 minute. If I can, this how many line of symmetry? And my question, if the answer is yes, how many axes of symmetry? If the answer is yes, how many axes of symmetry for this parallelogram? If the answer is yes.
2.
2, if the answer is yes. 2, how the 2?
The diagonals.
The diagonal, so we can say that we have, that's the first one and that's the second one.
Yeah.
Who agree about this one?
I agree.
So
If the answer is yes, right?
if the answer, my question, now we have two questions. This one, just 1 minute. I'm asking you, for this figure, for this parallelogram, did we have here axis of symmetry or not? The answer could be yes or no. If you agree about yes, give me the number of axes of symmetry. How many axes of symmetry can be drawn for this one? If the answer is no, khalas, there is 0 axis of symmetry. So we need to just to arrange how we can. If the answer is yes, who agree about there's axis of symmetry for this shape? Who agree about that?
I do.
You agree? How many axes of symmetry? If you agree, how many axes of symmetry? 1,
2.
2, 3, 4.
2.
2. Only 2. You said 1.
1 axis, yeah.
Only 1.
6. 6.
6. How 6?
Sir, 4.
4. How 4?
Um,
The diagonals are 2. That's right. The diagonals, or do you have another? No answer. La ilaha illallah. Can we say this line is the axis of symmetry? Can we say this line is a line of symmetry?
Yeah.
So what is the meaning of a line of symmetry? Line of symmetry, if you draw, you will divide the shape into 2 equal parts. But by the way, if you flip the 2 shape, if you flip the 2 shape, you will find that they will become 1. Now, if you flip this shape, it will becomes 1 or not?
no, Mister.
No. To make it the
That's
same,
line of
yes.
symmetry.
To be the same, it must be by this way. I will change the color just 1 minute. If the shape in this form, then we can say that we have axis of symmetry, like the book.
Yes, Mister.
Like the book, then we can say that now the horizontal line, this horizontal line, the axis of symmetry. But for the parallelogram, there is zero axis of symmetry. Because if you draw any line at any place, so the two figures, they will be congruent. But if you flip the two figures together, you will find two different shapes. Not the same one. You understand now the meaning of the axis of symmetry?
Yeah, so if you reflect
the line of symmetry, yes, if you reflect about this line, you will find that they must be the same image. You understand now the meaning? Okay. So now for the problem number 1, we need to find how many vertical line of symmetry for figure number 5. Is there any vertical line of symmetry?
One.
Yes.
Okay. The asymptote.
So not the asymptote. Leave the asymptote now, please.
Okay.
The line of symmetry. The asymptote is another definition. So that is the first line of symmetry. Is there any other line of symmetry for this one?
No.
So for any parabola, the line of symmetry must be passing through the vertex. So what is the equation of this line?
X equals 3.
X equals to 3.
Because it's passing through the line.
It's a parallel line. It's parallel to y-axis, so the equation must be x equal. And it intersects the x-axis at the point 3, so it will be x equal 3. Any problem now for the equation for this line?
No, mister.
Okay. For number 6, can we find any vertical line to be axis of symmetry for this one? A line of symmetry.
No, it's not possible.
A line of symmetry.
No.
You can't draw any vertical line intersecting the graph.
Draw the perpendicular.
It must be
the perpendicular slope.
I need a vertical line. A line of symmetry must be vertical. Okay. So can we draw this one? A vertical line of symmetry. Can we draw a vertical line of symmetry for this one? No.
No.
Any problem for question number 5 and 6?
No, mister.
Any problem? Okay. So for number 7, can we find a line of symmetry for number 7?
Nope.
Line of symmetry.
We can't.
There is no line of symmetry. To be a line of symmetry, the figure must be by this way, as a W. You understand? To be a line of symmetry, the figure must be by this way. Okay? For number 8, is there any line of symmetry for number 8?
Yes. X is equal to -2. Yeah.
So you can draw a vertical line here for this part. So the equation for this line is x equals -2. Any problem for 7 and 8?
No.
Any problem? Okay.
No.
So the line of symmetry, now we have it could be vertical line or the horizontal line. That's the main point that we need to find. Now we need to find the point of symmetry. Is there any point of symmetry for this one?
The origin.
Point of symmetry, it will be the origin point. What is the meaning of the point of symmetry? Suppose that I have a figure here. Just 1 minute to find. Suppose that we have a figure like that. How we find, how we can make a reflection for this line? How we make a reflection? To make reflection for this line, reflection for the triangle across the point, all what we have to do, just suppose that we have this vertex A, B, and C. From each vertex, we join between the vertex and the line at the point. The vertex and the point. The vertex and the point. Any problem now?
No.
Okay. So we measure the distance from the point. Suppose this point is M. We measure the distance from M to B. And that is the distance. So this will be B prime. We measure the distance from M to C. And that will be the distance. So that will be C prime. Measure the distance from M to A, and this will be the distance. That's A prime. Then we draw the figure. We draw the shape. That's how we can find reflection across a point. So B, it was above, so it will be down. C will be down. You understand now the reflection If the point is up, its image will be down. If the point at the left, its image will be at the right. You understand now the meaning of the reflection across point?
Yes, Mr.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So we need, for number 9, we need to find if there is a point of symmetry. So just 1 minute. If we go back, if the point M is called the point of symmetry of the shape. Now we need to find if there is a point of symmetry here for this shape or not.
Yes, it does.
Yes, we have the
Passing through
origin
0 and
point,
0.
0 and 0.
Origin point is from 0 and 0.
So because if I choose any point here and I'm going from the origin point, I will find an image. Suppose that we have a point here A, so its image will be A prime. Suppose that I have a point here is called B, where I have to find the point, its image, that's the image. At the same position. Arhamakum Allah.
Yeah,
You understand now the meaning for this one?
Yes, Mr.
Okay, so we have a point of symmetry which is 0 and 0. For number 10, is there any point of symmetry for this one?
no.
No.
There is no point of symmetry. Why there is no point of symmetry? Because if I'm choosing any point, suppose I'm choosing a point here, and I said this point is a point of symmetry. So suppose that when I draw from the point, this point is called A. When I'm drawing from a point A to the point of symmetry, I have to find the image here. That is the image. That's the place of the image. So there is no image here. It's mean there is no point of symmetry. You understand it?
Yes.
Is that clear now for the point of symmetry? But this shape has a line of symmetry. There is a line, but there is no point of symmetry. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. For number 11, is there any
No.
point of symmetry? There is no point of
No.
symmetry.
No point of symmetry.
For number 12, is there any point of
Yes.
symmetry?
Yes.
What
Yeah.
is this point?
Any point on the line.
Any point lies on the line is the point of
symmetry.
symmetry. You understand? Because it's extended from the two sides. Any problem for this lesson?
No.
No, sir.
Any problem for this one? لا إله إلا الله. يا ابني واكب يا ابني. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون.
Sorry, sir.
No problem, حبيبي. Just يعني close the mic if you are not using. If you want to sleep, just close the mic and sleep. No problem.
Okay. Sorry.
Okay.
Alish.
ولا يهمك. So any problem for this one? Any problem? Because you will start solving now. Any problem?
No problem.
You know that tomorrow we have a quiz?
So what chapters?
Huh?
Listen, now you told
What
us.
It's written in the weekly plan. Weekly
It's
plan.
you mean
Monday.
2 days from now, right?
Monday.
Says
Monday. So
Same
if you
time
have
as
any
last
question- Sorry?
Is it at 5 o'clock?
No. At the same session. At the session.
Oh.
خلاص? So be ready, inshallah. If you have any question, just you can open the worksheet or you can open the book. If you have any question from lesson number 1 to our lesson for today, just inform me and we can solve it.
Sir.
I give you 2
Mr.
minutes.
2.1 to 2.2 or
No,
from
from
1.1 to 2.2?
one from the
Oh, okay,
beginning.
okay.
From chapter 1?
Chapter 1 and 2.2. From chapter 1 to 2.2. If you have any question from the beginning, no problem. We can revise it. If you have any question from chapter 1.
Wait, no, so for the quiz tomorrow, chapter 1 to 2.2.
Yes. If
Okay.
you have any question now, if there is any point that you didn't understand, we can revise.
Can we go up a bit?
Which page? Which lesson?
I believe
Which lesson?
2.2. 2.2.
That's 2.2.
I came a little bit late. Yes, Mr. This part. Question number 1.
Relation, what is the meaning of linear relation? Relation of the first degree. X raised to the power 1 and y raised to the power 1. So the first one, you will find x and y, both of them raised to the power 1. But for the second one, x written at denominator, it's mean x raised to negative 1. Because x at the denominator, so it's not linear. Here we have x at the denominator, it's not linear. For number 4, it will be linear. That's all. Linear.
Sir, 1.9.
1.9. Just 1 minute.
That's it, Mr.
Yes. Which part in 1.9?
Sir, can you just solve one of the questions again, please?
Just 1 minute. Which part at 1.9? Which question that you need?
Question number 1.
This one? Okay.
Yes,
sorry.
sir.
How many equations that we have?
We have 3.
Okay.
3.
Can you find any equation that any variable that has a coefficient 1?
Second equation.
So this one will be the common one.
Yes.
Okay. So you use it for both the equations.
Yes. So we'll find now. I will use it with equation number 1 and I will use it with equation number
Yes.
3. That's number 1, 2, and the 3.
Okay. Sir.
So when I solve
Times
it with
2.
1, I will multiply it by 2. So I will write 1 without
Yes.
any change. 3x
3x
minus 2y plus 4z equals 35.
35.
And I will multiply the second equation by 2.
Negative
So
8.
it will be negative
X.
8x plus 2y
2y.
minus 10z
15.
equals
10z.
negative 72. Any problem for now?
No, sir.
Okay, just for a minute. Then by solving 3x,
Negative 5x.
so it will be negative 5x.
This will cut off.
Okay,
Minus 6z
minus 6z equals
equals
negative
35 minus 6,
37.
37.
And that will be equation number 4.
4.
Again, we'll use 2 and 3. We will write 3 without any change. 5x minus 3y plus
3z
3z equals 31. Then multiply the second one by 3. So it would be negative 12x
12x
minus,
Plus
plus
plus 3y.
3y
Minus
minus
15.
15z. So this would be negative. That's 90, 108.
108.
Okay. So this one will be negative 7x.
7x.
Cancel. So now will be negative 12z.
Negative
Equals
77.
negative 77. And that would be equation number 5.
Yes. Now 4 and 5.
Now 4
together,
and
right?
5. Can we find a relation now between the variable?
Yes.
We can multiply
Yes.
the first one by
Multiply the
by
first one by negative 2. Why negative 2? Because to make different
Because the other
difference.
negative.
So I will write the first one without any change, but the second one and multiply it by negative 2. So it will be
Negative
10x
10x
plus
plus
12z equals
equals
74. 74.
yes.
Then by adding. So the first one will be
3x.
3x equals negative 3. So
So
from
x is
that we can
negative
say
1.
that x
Negative
is
1.
So
equal
x negative
to
1.
negative 1. At the
Yes.
equation number 4 or number 5, you will find the same answer.
Number
At any one.
Number 4.
Number 4. So it will be negative 5 times negative 1. It will be 5. 5 minus 6z equals negative 37. So by subtracting 5, so negative 6z equals negative 42. It means z equals positive 7. Now you have x and z. At equation number 1 or number 2 or number 3.
Number 2.
Any one. So we can find, we said that x
Yes.
equals negative 1 and z equals 7. So negative 4 times negative 1 equals 4 plus y. And the negative 5 times 7, it will be negative 35 by adding 35 and subtracting 4. So it will
negative
be
5.
y equals negative 5.
Okay, sir. Thank
Hmm.
you.
Mister, I have a question.
Well,
Deal.
After you finish, after you find x, y, and z, do we have to solve all of the answers and write it down?
no. Just say the solution must be written at the ordered pair.
Negative
X,
1,
Okay.
negative 5,
5, and
and
7.
seven.
The ordered pair must
Okay.
be written X, Y,
Y,
and
Z.
Z.
Mr. Do you have the worksheet solved?
Solved? No. Not all of them.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Do you have any other question?
Yeah, Mr.
Yes.
Lesson 1.8.
Sorry?
How do you graph? That's
Which one?
1.8.
1.8.
1.8.
Okay.
How do you graph an equation with one variable and two numbers?
This one. Number one. The one that you can see now on the screen. Number one.
Yes, mister.
Okay. So I'm drawing the coordinates now. Divided in two parts. That's the first part. We said now we will convert the inequality to be an equation. Y equal 3. What is the meaning of y equal 3? Y equal 3.
It's horizontal line.
Represented by a
intersects
straight
the
line.
y-axis.
Yes. So it would be horizontal line intersect the y-axis at the point 3. So that will be the first line. Okay. At 3. The second part. Y equals 6. That will be the second part. What is the meaning of y equals 6? Represented as a straight line. It's parallel to x and intersect y at the point 6. That would be the second line. So that's the first equation, which is y equals 3, and this one is y equals 6. And we need to shade. The solution now is the shaded part between 3 and 6. So that's only will be the solution. This one. This part will be the solution.
Yes.
For the second one. For the first one. Now how we can graph the inequality number 2?
The y-intercept.
Y equals 3x.
Y equals 3x plus 12. So we
B
can
equals-
find that b equals 12 and
and
the
equals
slope
3 over
equals 3 over 1. So 12, so that's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that is the y-intercept. Because there is no
So you
place
can
to go up.
Go down 3.
So I will go down and going to the left. Down and left. So I'm going down 3 and going to the left 1. So this line will be solid line. So we'll draw the line now. So this one is the line y equals 3, y, it is smaller than or equal 3x plus 12. Which part will be shaded? Which part will be shaded?
The bottom part.
The bottom part.
The part to the right.
Yes. So the part at the left, the part at the left now, I don't need it. Only the common part now, until now, will be this part.
Right.
Because the upper part of the third line, I don't need it. So now we have the third equation. Now we finish number 1, 2, and the 3. So it will be y equals negative 2x plus 6. So the y-intercept equals 6 and the slope equals negative 2 over 1. So I will start from 6. And I'm going down 2 to the right 1. It's 2 and 1. So I will start from here. Okay. Then we can grab the line. Which part will be shaded?
Inside. Only inside the...
So I don't need this part?
No.
Only I need the part which lies between them. That is the common shaded region. Any problem for this one?
Sir.
Any problem?
No.
No, but can you just solve one more on the right side?
I will solve, no problem. I will solve it. But we need to finish this one at the first. Any problem for graphing now?
No
problem.
Okay, now we need to identify the points. How many points that we have? We have 4 points of intersection. So that's point A, B, C, and D. What is the coordinate of the point A? It will be negative. It will be that's the x-axis, and that's the y. So we are going negative 2, and going up 6. Negative 2 and 6. This point is 0 and 6. This point is 1.5 and 3. This point is negative 3 and going up 3. How we can find the minimum or the maximum point? Just we form the table that we have. At the point A, ax equals negative 2 and y equals 6. So all what we have to do just 4 times negative 2 at the equation or at the function minus 2 times 6. What is the answer for the first one? What is the answer for the first one?
-20.
Okay. The second one?
-12.
Okay. -12. The third one?
-3.
4 times -3 minus 2 times 3. What is the answer for this one?
-18.
Yes. What is the maximum point and the minimum point?
Maximum is -3. Minimum is -20.
Just 1 minute for this one. That's 6. I'm going down. Okay. Maximum is
20.
-3.
-3.
And this is
And
the
then
minimum.
-1 is
That's the
minimum.
maximum.
-20.
And that is the
And that's
minimum.
minimum.
Okay. So we have a maximum at C,
At
C.
which is 1.5 and 3. And we have minimum at
A.
A,
A.
which is
-2.
-2 and 6.
Yes. You understand how we solve this one?
Yes, sir.
Is that clear now?
Yes.
Okay, so we need to graph
Yes, sir.
number 2.
For
Yes.
letter C. For
Yes.
letter C, isn't it -2 times 3?
Sorry?
For number letter
Two.
C,
2. That's 2. So it will be 0.
0.
Still also the maximum point. Any problem for this one? Okay, so how we can graph the second one? Okay, that's the coordinates.
-2
From -2, I need a line parallel
on the
to
left.
y-axis
Y.
and intersect the x-axis at the point -2. So this will be the first line. And at 6,
Six.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at this part, and the solution will be the part which lies between them. Okay.
Yes.
So I will not use this one and that one. Okay. For that's line number 1, line number 2, or the graph number 2. Y is greater than 1 and smaller than 5. So we have a horizontal line from 1 and 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be the second. So the solution which lies between them. So only this part. Only this part.
Yes.
Okay. So I need to continue with equation number 3. Now we have y smaller than or equal. So it would be y equals x plus 3. So it means b equal 3 and the slope equals 1. So I will start from 3, going up 1 and right 1. So this will be the line. Which part will be shaded above the line or below the line?
Below
the line. So only the solution would be this one, this part.
Okay.
After that, we need to identify the point. Where is x and where is y? That's x and that's y, to make sure for each point. So the coordinate of the first point here, that's the first point of intersection. You can arrange with any order, by the way.
-2 and 1.
So this one will be -2 and 1. And the second point is
2 and 5.
2 and 5. Point number 3, 2 and
2 and
that's
5.
not 2. That's
No.
will be 2,
6.
4, 6 and 5.
6.
6 and 5.
5. So that's
And then 1 and 1.
6 and 1.
6 and 1, sorry.
That is the 4 points. Then, by using substitution at this equation, then we can find the maximum and the minimum.
-5.
Any problem for this one?
No, sir. Sir, can you scroll
No
down?
problem.
Can I take a screenshot, please?
You need this page? You
Yes,
need this
Colin.
one?
Yes,
I
thank
can
you.
send it to you in just 1 minute. I'll send it to you. Print.
Okay.
Just 1 minute. Grade 11. Math. This one. I'll send. If you need any page, just inform me and I'll send it directly to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay. Which page?
The 1.91.
Sorry,
The 1.9.
1.9. Yes. Which question?
Yes, this one.
Number 2.
No, can you just send the page?
This page.
Yes.
Done. ايش تاني؟
Thank you. شكرا.
100.
100.
Do you have any other question from
Yeah, Mr.
1.1?
What about 2.1?
Sorry,
2.1.
what you need in 2.1? What you need?
Like the graphing, continuous and all that.
Which
Can you
one?
solve any problem?
Which one? Graph?
Yes, this one.
This one?
Yes.
What is the type of this function?
Linear.
What you will find from linear?
So
Slope
the
equals
y-intercept is -3.
and y-intercept equal -3. So how we can graph? Just 1 minute, draw the coordinates. Okay. So I will start from
-3.
-3, going up,
Going up.
1 and right 2
1.5.
and right 2.
Yes.
So we draw the line. That's the line.
Yes.
What's the problem?
Wait, go up. It says. Can you go up a bit?
Domain.
Hmm.
How you read the domain?
Domain is the x values, right?
X
Positive-
value. So I will
positive,
start
infinity,
to
and
read the
negative.
domain. We start from left to right. To read the range, we start from down to up. خلاص? It's constant by this way. So I will start from left. Left, then I'm looking to left. Left, I need the export. I start from, there is an arrow. It's mean I'm starting from negative infinity.
Yes.
Change the color, negative infinity. And I end with an arrow.
Positive infinity.
Positive
This
infinity.
arrow is going to positive infinity. So from negative infinity to positive infinity, it means the domain now will be, all real number.
Yes.
Now we need to find the range. We said for the range, we are looking to y. We are looking to y. So I will start
Y.
from, I'm looking to
From
y.
below.
So I will start here and I'm looking to this one. I start here with an arrow and end
Negative.
with an arrow. So because you start with arrow, it means you start from negative infinity and end at positive infinity. From negative infinity to positive infinity, it's mean
Real
R.
numbers. R.
You understand now how you can read this one?
So for number 6.
Just 1 minute, step by step, I will solve all of them.
Okay,
خلاص?
thank you.
Step by step.
Yeah.
If you finish this one, I'm going to the second one. Then we need to find this
Whether
equation,
it's,
this function or not function.
Function.
yeah, we do a vertical line test.
If you draw any vertical line and intersect the graph at only 1 point, exactly 1 point, it's mean we have
function.
function.
It's a
Okay.
function.
How we know that
What
number? If that's 1-to-1 or onto or both or neither for this one.
Yeah, that's my question.
Your question.
how
Now,
we
what
do
is the meaning of one-to-one function? We just from the definition.
So
You remember when
that's-
I ask you, and each time I'm asking about what is the meaning of? What is the meaning? That's the meaning of the concept or the definition. If you need to solve any question, just we go back to the definition or the concept. What is the meaning of one-to-one function? Give me any definition that you know.
The domain, each domain has to be linked to each range.
All of the function, each domain has to link to
One-to-one function has its own domain. Like each domain has its own range.
has a unique value, a unique image.
But
For
onto
each
a
value,
function-
if you use for x, there is exactly answer for y. It will not be repeated. If you
Yes.
choose any value, suppose you wanted to substitute with 2, the answer that you will find from 2 is different than the answer that you will use 4. the answer that you use 6, the answer that you use 7. You understand it?
Yes.
There
sir.
is
Oh, so
different
which
answer
one to
by
use?
changing the value of x. You will find different answer. That is the meaning of 1-to-1. If you find any repeat answer, it's mean it's not 1-to-1.
Onto.
It's not
Yes.
1-to-1. Leave onto now. Now I'm discussing
Okay.
about this point is 1-to-1 or not 1-to-1.
Not 1-to-1.
That's 1-to-1.
If repeated. If repeated, not 1-to-1.
Yes. So if that's repeated, not 1-to-1. If that's not repeated, so it will be 1-to-1. Any problem for this one?
No problem.
So this one will be 1-to-1 or not 1-to-1.
It will not be 1-to-1.
This one
1-to-1,
will be
yes.
this one will be 1-to-1.
Oh
Any
yeah,
problem?
sorry.
This one will be 1-to-1.
Yes.
Because for each value for x, there is a unique value for y.
There's no repetition. Yes.
Okay, now we need for onto. What is the meaning of onto function? Give me the answer, even the answer right or wrong, no problem for me.
Like one y value has two x values that correlate to it.
No. When one domain has
Onto
two
function,
ranges, same
onto
number.
function, no. Onto function, it means you use all of the domain, all of the range. There is
Oh,
no
okay.
exception for the range. Use
Don't
all of
leave
the
out
values
any.
for the range. What are the range that you have? Range is
The
R.
y value.
The
Yeah.
range is R. Did you use
Yeah.
all real number?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, so it will be
Onto.
onto function because it's
So it's
1-to-1
both.
and onto, so it will be both.
Both.
You understand this one now?
Yes, I
How
do.
we can solve for number 6? We can go
Wait,
to number
mister.
6. Huh.
It says state whether it's discrete or continuous.
Discrete.
Continuous.
When you start graphing this one, what you know what is the meaning of discrete? Discrete like that one.
So there isn't going to be a line, just points.
There is no graph. There is no continuous.
Oh.
Whatever line, curve, anything. If you just starting from left to right, when you start graphing, you put the pen and not removing until you finish. That is the meaning of continuous.
But mister, when is it discrete? Like
When I give you the domain as,
an example.
just when I ask you by using the values, I give you the function as ordered pair like this one. Like this one, that's discrete. When I ask you to find, when I give you the function y equals 3x plus 5, and I ask you find the value of y when x equals 1, 2, 3, 4. I just give you a certain value, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. The domain is not R. You understand it?
Yes.
Yeah, I
That's
do.
for the linear. For example, that's for the linear. How you find it? I will find the question for the linear. But when I ask you y equals 3x plus 4, which value that you can use? You can use positive, negative, and 0. Can you use decimal? Yes, I can. Can you use fraction? Yes. Can you use roots? Yes. Can you use irrational? Yes. So it means you can use all numbers, so you'll find all numbers. You understand it?
Okay. Yes, sir.
That's for the
Yes.
linear. Now, what is the meaning of this function?
Quadratic.
Quadratic. What is the graph of the quadratic?
Parabola.
It's a parabola.
Parabola.
What is the meaning of this
Parabola.
transformation?
1 unit up.
1 unit up. So all what we have to do just, that is the coordinates. So 1 unit up, all what I have to do, just going 1 unit up, then graphing the problem.
Yes. And what is
Whatever the
domain
parabola is look like, that is the graph of the parabola. Because if
Okay.
you choose different scale, you will find different shapes. But that will be the graph of the parabola as a U shape. Now we need to find the domain. Domain, we start from x, looking to
From
x.
1.
Just 1 minute. X.
Okay.
We are looking to x. So I'm
Okay.
looking to this part, x. I'm looking to that one. I start here with,
Negative infinity.
no, with arrow. And I end with arrow. So I start from negative infinity and end with infinity. It's mean the domain
Is R.
is R. Now what about the range? To look at the range, we're looking to the y. So how we can look to y? I just start from that point and I'm going up.
Yes.
So what is
y-
the value of this point is 1
y is
and I'm going up. So it
More
will be
y is more to 1.
y is more than or equal, because 1 is included as the solution.
Yes.
Y is more than or equals 1. You understand it? Any problem for writing this one?
No, sir.
Okay. So if this function is 1 to 1, now this relation is a function, خلاص, because there is exactly one vertical point. This relation is 1 to 1 function or not? 1 to 1 function, my question. This one is 1 to 1 function? 1 to 1 function?
Yes.
Yes.
How you know that's 1 to 1 function?
Because there's no
Because,
repetition.
because each
They're not
domain
repeated
value
there.
When x equals 1, what is the value?
0.
1, 1, 1. What is the value
When
of y?
X is when?
0. Oh, you.
How 0? La ilaha
No,
illallah.
no,
When
sorry,
x
sorry,
equals 1,
sorry.
2.
I got
When
confused.
x
Sorry,
equals
2.
negative 1. When x equals negative 1, what is the value of y?
2.
Negative 2.
Again? When x
Negative
equals...
2.
How negative 2? حسبي الله ونعم الوكيل.
No, I said 2.
2. Negative 1 to the power 2 equals 1 plus 1 equals 2. So for the same value, now we have two different inputs and we got the same output. Is that right?
Yes.
I
So
choose
not
2
1-to-1.
and
Yes,
the negative
yes,
2. 2 will be 5. Negative 2 also will be 5. We have two different inputs, but we got the same output. So it's not
Okay, not 1-to-1.
not 1 to 1. And it's by an easy way. If you can draw, you know what is the meaning, how we can check if the relation is function or not? By using the vertical line test.
Vertical line test, yeah.
Now we have a horizontal line test. If you can draw any horizontal line, intersect the graph at 2 points lies on the same horizontal line, this relation is not 1 to 1. Not
1-to-1.
1 to 1. You understand it? If you
Okay.
draw a horizontal line, intersect the graph at more than one horizontal point, it's not 1 to 1. It's a function, but not 1
But
to
not
1.
1-to-1.
You
Okay,
understand it?
Yes.
Okay, now look at the domain. What are the values for the domain? Y is greater than or equal to 1. Did you use all of these values? It's mean when you are going from 1 and going up. Is there any graph here at the right and at the left?
No.
For each point on the number line on Y, it's opposite, it's corresponding to a graph or not? Is there any gaps here? Is there any gaps? Is there any jumping? Is there
No.
any graph? No. So it will be onto. You understand it? Use all of the values.
Okay.
Is there any value of Y that you will not get for this one? Choose any value. Choose any value for Y, more than or equal 1. Choose any value. I will explain it with an easy way. Choose
5.
any value. 5? Okay.
Yeah.
So when I say Y equals 5, I will find a value for X or not? When I say X bar 2 plus 1 is equals 5, then by subtracting 1, then X bar 2 equals 4, then X equals positive or negative the square root of 4, then X equals positive or negative 2. It means there is two values gives you 5. Choose any value of Y. Any number more than 1.
3.
Is it corresponding to a value for X? If you go back to the definition, again, remember when I ask you, if you want to solve, go back to the definition. What is the meaning of one function? For each value, each element of the range, it's corresponding to element of the domain or not?
Yes.
What is the range? Range is more than 1. Choose any number more than 1, like 99. I'm choosing 99. What is the function? It's X bar 2 plus 1 equals 99. Can we solve it? By subtracting 1. So
98.
X bar 2 equals 98. So X equals positive or negative the square root of 98. If this number is a real number, yes, because it's irrational.
Yes.
So there is two values for X, not only one. You understand it? So for
Yes,
each value of the range, there is corresponding in the domain. We can find if I use X equals the square root of 98, I will find that Y equals 99. So there is value for the domain, there is corresponding in X. You understand it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
That is the meaning of onto function. So it means this relation now is onto function, but not one-to-one. Why
Okay.
not one-to-one? Because now we have a parabola. If you draw a horizontal line, it will intersect the graph at 2 points. For two different values of x, there is the same image. Is that clear now? The difference
Yes.
between one-to-one and onto? Any
Yes.
problem? Okay.
No
So
problem.
tomorrow, inshallah, we have a quiz. So please just focus, try to study, and I will try to upload all of the videos today, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.